Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot for coming. It's a pleasure to be here in person with you all. My name is Fabio Napoli. I'm a CTO at Itaú-Unibanco. I'm responsible for cloud, for infrastructure, and IT operations. And joining us today, Fernando Contopi is the CIO, responsible for cards, for our marketplace, and the Ichi.
Yeah.
He's going to present a little bit about Ichi later. And it's a great pleasure to be here with you all. So it's been around 15 years since cloud really came about. And since there, cloud has evolved a lot in terms of services, in terms of products and resilience. But to get all the power of cloud computing, we have to change the way that we deliver, the way that you consume the infrastructure, the cloud. And that's the reason why we have implemented at Itaú the cloud operating model that we're going to cover in the next hour. So, a little about Itaú. Itaú is the largest bank in Latin America and one of the largest in the world by market cap. Itaú has a full offering of products and services for different sectors of the economy. We are present in 18 countries. We have more than 65 million customers and more than 20 million digital customers using our digital channels. And the most important thing is that Itaú is going through a huge digital transformation that's touching the whole bank. So, cloud operating model is part of our digital transformation. But for Itaú, what is becoming really digital in a sense? It's a cultural change that touches the whole company. It's not a matter of having digital channels, but it's much more than that. We have to change the way that we work. We have to change the way that we treat our customers, because what we have to seek is to seek the best experience for the customers, for every single experience with the bank. And in order to do that, what we believe that is extremely important for us. First of all, we have to get organized by full stack teams, working technology with the business, developing the best products according to the customer needs, according to the customer journeys. We have to explore new revenue streams, and Contopi will cover a lot during his presentation. We have to test and learn very fast. And the most important thing, at least in my opinion, is the technology, because technology is the core of everything. It doesn't matter if you change the way that we are organized, the way that we think about the customer, if you do not evolve the technology. So the technology supports every kind of change that we have to do inside of the bank. Regarding our journey started a few years ago when we had to test, to learn, and to prove all the power of cloud computing. After that, we had some achievements that I would like to share with you. In 2018, we understood that it was not a matter of just migrate our workloads to the cloud, but we had to modernize our workloads to keep competitive in the market and to provide a better experience for our customers. And we decided in 2018 to use the public cloud once the central bank approved it to us to run our workloads using the public cloud. I have a second achievement here that's important to share with you all. Actually, in the end of 2020, we signed a huge contract with AWS when we decided to move our workloads at scale to the cloud. So in the beginning, we were learning, we were testing. But in the end of 2020, we really decided to invest a lot to modernize our workloads and to really move to the cloud every workloads that we understand that will improve the customer experience with the bank. What we have reached so far, we are around 45% modernized. And when I say modernized, I'm not saying that we are just running in the cloud, but we are with our platform already modernized and running in the cloud. That's totally different. when we say that we are just moving or making a lift and shift. So it's a great achievement for us to have 45%. Our target was 50%, but we are not worried really about this target. What we are really worried is to bring the best experience for our customers. So 45%, we are pretty sure that everything that we modernized is improving the life of our customers. And at the end of 2022, probably we're going to reach around 60% of our workloads modernized. And this number is so important because with 60% of our workloads modernized, we understand that we are going to reach around 90% of the workloads that we have to improve, we have to modernize. So it's a journey that is really difficult to move, to modernize everything, but so far we have reached very good results. And what is cloud operating model for us? Cloud operating model is part of our digital transformation. Cloud operating model is necessary, as I said in the beginning, to bring the power of cloud computing, and it's a way of working, moving to a much more flexible and fully automated way to deliver the infrastructure for our internal customers, for our engineers, for our developers. But it's not a matter of just providing the products for them. It's a matter of keeping the quality, the resilience, the costs under control. So here is, we changed a lot the way that we are organized. We changed a lot the way that so many processes, and we got really organized according the products that we evolve. And here, what I would like to explore with you all is the solution, is the frame that we built in the bank. So in the first layer, we have the business applications. So every single account that we have is according our business. We have when we have a business that is the cards, each, or insurance, we have a set of accounts 100% separately. And when you see in the slide, in the left side, Itaú, we are providing for Itaú those accounts, but our platform is ready to provide to the market. It's not our objective right now to open to the market, but our platform is ready to receive customers that want to speed up the movement to the cloud, because the platform may support that. The way that we built the platform, we built in a way that we think if it works for Itaú, why not one day offer to the market? The second layer that we have is the tech product. So when we have the products from AWS, we internalize the products, and when we internalize the products, we implement the security guardrails, the resilience guardrails, and the FinOps guardrails. So it's not a matter of just using the AWS products, but we have those products, we internalize, and we have our own marketplace that is U-Digital Store, where the consumers, where the developers, engineers, they can use those products without need to ask for someone from the cloud or to ask someone from the infrastructure. They can consume by themselves, and we ensure that those products are products ready to run in production. We have what we call the enabler platforms. Here are platforms that are very common across the bank, like ITSM, AIOps, and everything that is shared across the bank. We have what we call Camada Zero. Camada Zero is the name of this product that we are developing. It's like a layer zero, if it was in English. And this is a product that we are developing internally, where the most critical workloads at the bank will run using this layer, because this layer will ensure the high availability, the high resilience that we need for the core workloads that we have. So just to summarize, it ensures that the application will use shardings and cells across all the availability zones in the future, different regions. And one day, if it makes sense, it's not our focus right now, another cloud provider as a resilience infrastructure. So Camada Zero is an abstraction layer where the developers doesn't need to know where their applications are running. And you have the cloud service providers that AWS is our main partner to run everything that we have. So cloud operating model is a way of working, much more flexible. And to do that, we had to change so many processes and to create this kind of frame to be able to run everything that we need in a fully automated way, much more flexible than it used to be using the traditional infrastructure. And here it's just an example about the products that we have and about the service catalog. So talking about the products, we have the U-Digital store. That's our marketplace, as I said before. We have the products from AWS, we internalize, and then we expose using our store. Camada Zero, that's our abstraction layer that will ensure resilience for the main workloads that we have. We have the AIOps. That's a solution for operations. And we work with operations like a business area with data, so many data to evolve. uConfia, it's another product that we have today that's really interesting. It's like the Resilient Hub, but we develop it internally. And we have like a script that ensures all the resilience that we need, the security that we need, and so on. And then we scan all the accounts, and we ensure that everything is according the requirements that we have to run in production. We have the data platform. That's a platform that we offer to our data scientists to perform their models. And everything that I said here, that I presented, is 100% fully automated. And on the right, we have what we call the service catalog, because we have a mindset that we are like a cloud service provider in the beginning for Itaú, and again, in the future, if it makes sense for the market. So we have a set of products and a set of services. And here are some services that I'd like to share with you. FinOps, we have a specific service that we seek all the time to reduce the cost for every single account. When you talk about FinOps, it's not just a matter of having the product running, and you can't forget that. We have to evolve, we have to reduce the cost, we have to change the products, and we have the service that we offer for the whole bank. We have what we call the chaos. We have chaos engineering for the most part of applications that we have, and it's a mix of service and a product that we have created and offered. And we have just one more that I will solution design review. That of course we are going to the cloud. We are moving to the cloud, but we still, of course, have so many critical applications that we have to offer this kind of review from the CTO offered for the CIOs at Itaú to ensure that we are going to the cloud correctly. And now I'm gonna ask Contop that will share his presentation with you all.
Thanks, Napoli. Hello, everyone. It's good to be here with you guys. And I think that, okay, so we organized, as Napoli said, with CTOs and CIOs. So I'm one of the CIOs at Itaú, managing all the credit card business, our digital banking offer, and marketplace. And why is that important? I mean, having this kind of service catalogs and all this automation, those tech products, is because we want to make sure that we make the business more competitive. So it means that we should be spending more time close to the customers and delivering value to the customers. And when we have this kind of tech products, it really speeds up, number one, the time that it gets to get an engineer on board and working with the platforms and actually understanding the business. So they don't have to worry about how to manage some of the things, and they can really spend more time discovering things with customers and building new solutions. And this brings us the confidence that whatever they are coding, it's going to use some standards, and we are going to have a high level of quality and make sure that everything is going faster. So just to share with you guys one of the examples. So Itaú is one of our brands focused on one very specific group of customers. It's a digital bank that aims the unbanked population of Brazil. And it has to be a free offer. It is a free offer for the customers, completely free. And to in order to be competitive with a free offer solution, you need to have a very low cost to operate, and you have to be faster, because this is the place where we get the most competitors trying to, get market share from us. So this is where all the fintechs or the neobanks are trying to get those customers. So we need to have technology that enables us to be very fast to compete with those guys, and also we need to operate at a very low cost. So we do use for it as Itaú, we consume those service catalogs that Napoli showed you guys, the stack products. And here we have 3 examples of the tech products that we use that gives us the speed and the confidence that we're building things that have quality. So we don't have to be managing the engineering teams that are working with the product teams. They don't have to worry about managing the AMIs that they have, the image they're using, the infrastructure to test. So how can we do tests much more faster than we have? So we don't have to keep managing a lot of environments, each squad working with their own environment. So we use one of these products called Test as Code. It really speeds up the way we do testing. And the last one here in the example, IU pipes, which are our automated pipelines for continuous delivery and continuous integration. So then again, I can get a new engineer on board on the team. They can just write the code, get those pipelines out of the box, and start deploying the code and bringing value to the customer right away. And how do we measure that? I mean, okay, you're saying this is good. How good is this? And how do we check if it is good? So we've been using if you look for the DORA DevOps metrics, this is how we measure things that at Itaú. So we compare ourselves to the market, trying to look for speed and quality using those 4 metrics that DORA assessment checks. So this is the data for the last DORA DevOps assessment that was released last October. So you can see here that if this is an average of all the 4 metrics, we can have much more teams compared to the market working on a high performance, both for speed and quality, than the benchmarks. And you can say, all right, but what about the low end of the teams? Our goal is not to have everyone on elite or on high, because there are some place in your platform that you don't want to be, for instance, be deploying to production on a daily basis. So if you're tackling the accounting part of your platform, perhaps you don't want to be pushing code to production every day. So the goal is not to have everybody there, but the things that we want to be deploying faster, deploying every day, we do have that. So if we drill down this metric, it's just for one of them. So looking at speed, because then again, we're trying to be more competitive. We want to be faster to compete with the new banks and the fintechs. The deployment frequency is one of the most important metrics that we use. And this is how we are today. So this is, if we got all of the teams, all of the squads that we have around 60% of our teams running on high or elite compared to the market. And elite means daily deployments. So 6% of our teams are pushing code to production every single day. And this is only possible because this kind of foundational work is done by this CTO group team. They build those tech products that enables us to do these kind of things. Build code, things that will really help our customers, and push code production much faster, and we won't be breaking things, and we have a much safer environment, much more resilient, and thanks to those kind of tech products. So this is a real example that we have there. We have others, but this is one of them. So with that, Napoli, if you please now.
Okay. Thanks a lot. So, just before we finish, I'd like to share some numbers with you all that we are really proud of to say. Here on the left, our team, we have around 1,400 engineers working in Cloud Center of Excellence. They are developing the products, they are evolving the products, and what is really important to share with you is that as part of the cloud operating model, we are really organized according product families to evolve and to offer to our internal customers to make a much more flexible and resilient way to work with the infrastructure. We have today, when we look inside of the Center of Excellence, Cloud Center of Excellence, we have more than 600 AWS certifications, and it's important to share with you that in the whole bank, we have around 3,500 engineers already certified in AWS. Probably this number, I'm not sure, but probably is one of the biggest, the largest in the world in terms of a company that doesn't work straight with AWS, has the certifications. But we have to keep our legacy already running, and we keep the certifications for the legacy, and we are investing in the new technology as we shown here. And on the right, some outcomes to share with you. Today, we have more than 100K deployments per year. In the end of 2021, we're going to reach that. When we compare with 2017, before we started our migration, is something around 17 times higher compared 5 years ago. So here is incredible. And we are evolving, we are getting a lot velocity, and we are reducing the number of incidents. When we compare to 2017, we reduced it around 75% the number of incidents inside of the bank. So we are modernizing, we are getting velocity, and we are reducing incidents. We are gaining too much quality. And when you see PIX here, PIX is the instant payment modality, is the most important in Brazil nowadays. And we started 100% in the cloud. Itaú was the first bank to launch PIX and running 100% using the cloud. And it's incredible the way that when we receive something from the central bank that we have to change, it's as a compliance requirement, instead of opening a project, it's just a matter of a configuration of some requirements, some functionality. So it's really fast and it's really easy for us to manage what we are building in the cloud. So we are gaining velocity, we are gaining quality, and the way that we are working right now with the cloud operating model, at least I believe that we are making the developers, the engineer lives much better than used to be in the past. And that's it. I hope that you had the chance to visit our booth. In our booth, we have all the products that you can understand a little bit more about what we have done, about why it's so important, those products. And that's it. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time. We can stay here until the end of the section if you have any doubt.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We're open to questions.